Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I have a 15-minute time limit on my YouTube videos, and wait, 1 second. And I just had to stop the video right there because it was getting to 10 minutes and I didn't want to exceed. But anyways, as I was saying, Worlds Apart. Yeah, there are these orange aliens on the other side of the dystopian world who have taken it over, and their basic goal is just to take as many planets over as they possibly can. And Sam gets dragged into this, and he gets into this huge adventure while trying to get back home and stop these aliens who are called the Jug with a cat girl. Yes, a cat girl. I mentioned Black Plasma Studios has an obsession with Yi, but they also have an obsession with making their characters look like cat girls. It's nothing wrong with that. I just wonder why they love doing that so much. Is it because it's a favorite of Minecraft skin? How about they do the Dead Mouse skin? If you type that into your Minecraft character, it will grow ears like Dead Mouse's. But anyway, and he goes on this huge adventure to get back home, and along the way stop the Jude because they come through the portal and take over Earth. And there's a cool story that follows. This animation is just my favorite because, oh my god, the animation, the story, the evil, the action, the romance. Yep. Don't ask. Yes, there is. I'm pretty sure there is. They've never shown a kissing animation before. It's all just so good. They have spent so much time into this, and they had to make it into a bunch of different parts and put it into this one video in the very end because it's so big. It's what they call a Minecraft movie. This animation deserves to be the most viewed on their channel. Even though it's an honest to god ripoff of Star Wars, it's still good enough to be a Star Wars ripoff on Disney Plus. Also, I like the Star Wars sequels. I just wanted to randomly point that out. Don't come after me. Just let me be. But anyways, I've said what my favorite is. I should say what I think. I can't tell what I think about this one, but it's the biggest. But the one I'm about to talk about is the biggest project that Black Plasma Studios has made, and it's called Songs of War. This is a TV show, a YouTube animation show. This show, Songs of War by Black Plasma Studios, it is epic. It is filled with adventure, great animation, great characters, and great action, and so many plot twists and turns and things to know, places to go. It's just so good. The plot is so big that I can't explain it to you. You should go watch it yourself. All the episodes of that show placed together made a 2-hour movie. That's exactly the length of the Star Wars movies. And also, the best thing about it is this is the one where they talk. This is the only Black Plasma animation Studios animation where the characters actually fucking talk. And that's a big deal in my book because this movie would have been complete bullshit if they didn't talk. They did, and that helped me get more knowledge on so many things that happen in this movie. So, there's so many cool quotes and so many things that you can learn from them. This animation is really fucking good. From what I've heard, it took at least 6 years for them to make it. 6 years! I wonder if it takes shorter time for Disney's Star Wars movies to do that. If so, that's really sad. But 6 years, that's so much dedication. And it all came out perfectly. If it wasn't for the ending. Because when I found out that this show was canceled, I got mad. Really mad. This show was meant to have a season 2 because in the end there was a big plot twist and then it just ended. And I was like, what? There were so many questions left unanswered. They were still able to talk, but there was still not a lot left to answer. But I was even more mad because there is no moral. I tend to practically rip off things that don't have a moral, and this was one. I'm sorry, this was one. It's just it ends because The whole animation just features a lot of fighting, a lot of story, a lot of action, but in the end there is no lesson learned. There is no lesson like the badness of war. It's just the characters doing their story, and there's nothing learned at the end. In my opinion, if something doesn't have a moral or a meaning, then it has no reason to exist. And I got pretty mad when I found this out, and I started putting hate comments in its comment section and getting mad at someone who thought this should be a Netflix show. But I've come to realize that I'm being too harsh on this 6-year damn project. Like, this thing is beyond phenomenal, but I just feel like there's something wrong here because of that missing moral. Like, this movie this season 1 did not go out with a bang. It left on an unexpected and a sour note, and I know, leaving me with a lot of questions I want answered, and I know that I'm not gonna get them anytime soon since the season 2 is canceled. There was an announcement video on why it was canceled, but I didn't watch it. It was too long. I'm sorry. But I only know that they are still making bangers, so I'm pretty sure that they still have the chance to make a season 2. A bunch of fans have already made a bunch of videos on their own season 2 of the series, but I don't watch that. I instead want to watch the real thing. The things by the original creators. I'm being unfair to my love of Star Wars again because the new movies are not made by the original creators. But those movies are still good. This movie was still good, but if they made a second movie, it would still be very damn good. This is Black Plasma Studios, and they only drop bangers, well, sometimes, and the people who are making their own season 2, I don't want to watch that. I just feel like it's gonna come out poorly. I'm just suggesting they make a season 2 because we have so many questions we want to be answered. The movie is good, and while I'm here talking about why this is good, I also want to say one last bad thing about them. Their animation Cyber Heist, which was also another honest to God Star Wars ripoff, but this time it didn't have a really good story. It was 5 minutes long and it just sucked. And I also want to talk about one more good thing, one more animation by them. The animation that is most well known for them. And when I watched it. So here's the story. The year is 2020. The year of hell that I was getting through quite easily. And I was staying at my mom's friend Ray's house. I had no limit on the phone there, so I was bored and I looked up Minecraft movie. Because I had heard that they had delayed one for so many years. And so I tried to look up another fake one, and I got what I thought I was looking for, but it wasn't really what I actually was looking for. It was my first animation by Black Plasma Studios I ever watched, and it was called Animation Life. This animation was 55 minutes long. And I thought, damn, that's pretty long. Fuck, I'm gonna watch it anyway. I looked this up, so I watched it. It was until a bunch of time later that I realized this animation had over 193 million views, going on 250 million right now, and I can see why. This animation just left me in suspense the whole time. It takes place inside a Black Plasma Studio animator's computer where Steve is alive. And the entity of Herobrine, you know him, right? He is trying to take over the whole computer and everyone else. And the people outside of the computer, the animators, they are all helping to stop Herobrine. Along the way, Steve meets Alex, of course, and his pet wolf that we see throughout most of their animations. And the story is epic. It was great. And towards the end, we found out Herobrine and Steve are the same person, so they become one person, and then they have to get him out of them. And at one point, you think he dies, then he goes into regular animation mode, which looks like what you'd see in Minecraft, but then it rewinds time, and he does not die. And in the end, Herobrine is ripped out of him, and the day is saved, and Steve and Alex look off into the sunset, and the movie ends. It's great. It's just great. After I watched it, I'm pretty sure Ray called me to come for something, but I was still in shock over what I had just witnessed. From that moment on, whenever I watched another video of them, of Black Plasma Studios, I knew that whatever they made, mostly whatever they made, it would be great. Now, I've grown a lot since I first witnessed that video, and I've kept other times than not I've gotten interested in Black Plasma Studios again and again, losing interest then getting it back, and each time I have, I've just seen how much work and determination and story and good characters they put into their videos. It's great, and most of these do have a moral, unlike Songs of War. There, some of them don't, but they're all still good. Most of them, and most other Minecraft animation channels are only do it for fun. They do it for no big reason. They usually come out with a bad product, but these guys, they're different. They put their sweat, blood, and their piss into this. I'm sorry I said that. That they put all that into that, and they come out with a masterpiece almost every single time, and that's what makes them the better. One of the best Minecraft animation channel. There are many shitheads who make shit content on YouTube, but these guys are not that. They make such good things, and I suggest that even though they have 200 million views on their most viewed video, they still get more attention. They still are a bit underrated in the making.